Welcome to Conscious Living Collective, transformative journey in consciousness with community of like-minded people from all over the world. That is you. My name is Tomek. I'm a scientist, teacher, and consciousness explorer, also a transformation coach. These sessions are all about transformation and having your own experience, in consciousness. You are being the awareness that has a big part in this larger consciousness system. And I want to invite you to take a ride, be with me, and be together. And that's what Conscious Living Collective is all about. I'm very happy to be here. And as always, I want to check in quickly who's in here today. Thank you for your support, as always. I can see Parvane, I can see Seth, I can see Anne, my wonderful supporters from my Patreon program, and beautiful human beings who's been coming to these sessions and creating, I call the core audience for these sessions. I really appreciate your presence, your input, and you being here, but also so many others. Hello, Karen, Julie, Nan, Anami, who else? Esteri is here. A lot of familiar faces. And I'm very happy that you are here. Today, if you attended the previous sessions of Conscious Living Collective, you know we've been talking about the theory of self-actualization by Abraham Maslow, which is very close to my heart and something I've been trying to implement into my life and live every day in more actualized way, which means more fulfilled, more empowered, really taking the power of the awareness and consciousness that we are to this highest potential, to explore this highest potential, what it means. So there was a lot of intellectual knowledge, which always takes time to integrate. But today I want to focus on the direct experience. You're being the consciousness or awareness, having experience in this physical reality. And that can take many different forms. Most of the time, it takes through 5 physical senses: your sight, your hearing, smell, taste, touch. That's the main ways how we experience the physical reality. But it also goes without saying, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that these days, the way we evolved, a lot of this experience happens in the thinking mind. So it is very, Buddhists even say that thinking is the 6th sense. And this is can be very positive thing, but as it happens to me, and raise your hand if that's not you, it can be also very overwhelming. The thinking, the one sense can take over all the bandwidth that our consciousness awareness has and leave nothing else for any other sensory input, whether it's the internal sensors or external sensors, like the 5 physical senses. So we want to switch the gear today and move into the direct experience that recognizes all what we have at our disposal, the things that perhaps we are not fully content with, right? Maybe there are problems with physical health. Maybe there are thoughts that feel overwhelming. Maybe there are external circumstances that are not ideal. So we want to acknowledge that. We want to accept what is happening as it is happening, and also recognize all these things that are positive. Even the simple fact that we have these faculties that allow us to experience this physical reality, and the sense of vision, the sense of hearing, that how mostly you receive me right now, through the sense of hearing, a bit of sense of obviously the vision. You see me on the screen in front of you. There's obviously not sense of smell involved, not sense of taste involved, no sense of touch involved. So we acknowledge what is happening right now and accepting, in that very basic meaning of that word, what is happening right now. And that is the base for our conscious exploration. I think we want to be blunt and honest with one another and with ourselves of what is happening. We recognize our limitations, but also recognize the amazing things that are already happening in this very moment that allow us to receive this transmission, how we are. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Evie. Deanne. Good to see you here. Jackie. Anna. Beautiful. Good to see you here. Anami says there are chaotic neighbors above me with several children running and jumping off the furniture and throwing things. So not sure how much I'll be able to peacefully partake in this meditation. Would you happen to have some tips or advice that could help under such circumstances? Yes, Anami. Noise cancelling headphones. Noise cancelling headphones. These, we're in my environment, there are many distractions. In other circumstances, the wonderful birds outside, things that happening around, they'll be very distracting. That's why I use the technology, noise cancelling headphones that help me to deal with it. Otherwise, I think even the best meditator would struggle with that kind of noise. So I'm more at the same time, I feel very sorry that you experience this kind of hardship. Again, it is something that we can amend, at least temporarily. I'm not saying that you want to wear wear headphones, noise cancelling headphones at all times, but they are helpful. So this would be a very easy fix, however temporary. Aruna, very good to see you here. I think you are here for the first time. I haven't seen you before. By the way, we have a kind of a tradition where we raise our hand, all of you who are here for the first time, because I want to welcome you to Conscious Living Collective, and I want to welcome you to participate in this experience. Yeah, transformative journey in consciousness. That what is happening right here and right now, where we want to acknowledge it or not. It is a transformative journey. If I want to use a scientific jargon, there is a term in physics called entropy. Entropy, it's a term that describes the level of order that we provide. And to give you an idea, your your human body, it's an example of a very high order, very low entropy. The lower the entropy, the higher the order of the system, the higher the entropy, the higher disorder. So you see your body is organized, the atoms are organized in cells and molecules. The molecules are organized in cells are organized in organs. And then the entire thing allows you to experience the physical reality. That's very high thing of order. And you can put this body in creating art, having experiences in nature, traveling, and so forth. This is how you create more order. That's how you create your own experience. The contrary to that would be if when your consciousness leaves this physical vessel, this physical avatar, your cells and your body will very quickly decompose into less form of order, to the lower form of order. The organs, your body will decompose into molecules and then into atoms and so on and so forth. Depends how you want to treat it. So this is one of the things that happens here, and physics want to provide description to what is happening in this physical reality. And our ability these days in this session, is to allow our mind to be a vehicle of our experience. In this meditation, which I will lead you into right now, once again, we will accept our ability to move our awareness into different conscious state. And the word conscious is very important here. Most of the time, our body, our senses have ability to direct themselves automatically to do whatever they want to be based on our past experiences, right? We have our ego, which from Greek language means I. We have the developed conditioned personality that has certain preferences based on our past experiences. But today we want to go level beyond that, and that will take some effort, right? It will take maybe focusing on your breath, relaxing your nervous system, getting out of flight or fight. But eventually, when you get there, you will find that whole another dimension, I would say, opens up for your conscious exploration. There'll be sensations that you might be not familiar with. There'll be states of weightlessness that do not make sense from the perspective of your mind because, well, your body weighs, the gravity acts on you. But nevertheless, in meditations, sometimes we can feel weightless. Sometimes we can experience a time dilation. The timer clearly shows that you have been sitting for 20 minutes, but it felt in your conscious experience it was only 5. So what really happened there? And the explanation to that is you had an adventure in consciousness that is from outside of your 5 physical senses. And that is something that it gives us better understanding that we are more than our physical body. So we can relate to the reality around us with a bit of more distance. We feel more relaxed about it. All those things that we worry so much about all of a sudden become less significant. They're important, but we recognize, oh, well, maybe it is not as important as I thought about. To give you a very good example about this, when you were a kid, right? For instance, let me give you an example from my from my life, right? When I was a kid, I paid a lot of attention. I've been taught that school is important and the grades are important. And for instance, I was going to a math quiz and I wanted to perform very, very well. And I recognized this was the most important thing in my life and affected my well-being in a very serious way. However, after 40 years on this planet, I recognize, well, if I had to take a math quiz right now, I would not be stressed almost at all because I recognize the significance of it is actually not that great. And you can imagine, take a situation from particularly from your early life, the thing that you were, that in your mind, in your conditioned mind had a huge significance, that right now you approach being relaxed because you either master the skill that helps you to go through that situation much easier, or simply you learned through your direct experience that this is not so important, okay? And you see this balance, this dance of priorities within your life that through understanding, through human experience, they kind of move the hierarchy of them. Hierarchy, yeah, I think that's the word, changes. The one is more important than the other. But ultimately, in this meditation, we accept that this is the nature of the reality, and we want to accept it as is. And the more we learn, again, it's a skill. It's not something that we do or we don't do, something that we learn. The more we accept the reality as is, with its ebbs and flows, the easier it is for us to enjoy it, right? The enjoyment of it is very important. You recognize, and I think there's something that it occurs to me more and more, that I see this reality as an opportunity for the experience, whatever that is for you. Every minute, the present moment is your point of power where you can direct your awareness in the way you want. And that obviously, that wanting, that desire takes conscious awareness, because if you're not consciously aware what is happening, you basically give away that ability to move your experience to mostly past experiences, right? most of that autopilot is based on the past experience. Your organs going to work the way they work. Your nervous system, all the functions of the body will be performed as per normal, but you not will be consciously experiencing what is happening. However, in this meditation, when accepted, all the quirks of the reality, we jumping into the driver's seat. And by driver's seat, I do not mean that we always have a say what is happening. Again, you don't control your digestion, you don't control your nervous system, you don't control how the synapses fire and neurons wire. There are a lot of things that are out of your control. But what is in your control is to open your senses, both the external and internal, in the way that will allow you to enjoy the ride. For some reason, an analogy of a roller coaster comes to mind. I personally do not like roller coasters. It's not that kind of fun I appreciate. It's not my conscious desire. But let's use analogy of the roller coaster. Your decision that you're making is to purchase a ticket and jump on the cart, right? And once you're there, you can either close your eyes and kind of wake up, open them after the ride is over, or if you have already consciously chosen the ride, you might open your eyes and feel the excitation, the exhilaration, the ups and downs, the how gravity works. You can appreciate this conscious experience. And I think this is the invitation I'm extending to you right now. You are within this physical body, operating this avatar and accepting with all quirks, all the abilities. And now you open your interesting enough, not your physical eyes, because your eyes during meditation, I'll invite you to close them, to have the inner experience and see what it is for you, and see where that ride will be taking you, and enjoy it as much as possible. See it as an opportunity to have an experience. And it goes without saying, it's going to be very unique. That experience will be blend of your past experiences and something perhaps that is new. Again, that will be time dilation, weightlessness, heaviness, couple of things that may come up is outside of your current knowledge, and that's positive, right? That's learning something new. But ultimately, it's about opening yourself up and enjoying the ride, since you already decided to be in this physical form. Because as far as I am concerned, this is not a random choice. We're not just a random bundle of molecules that happen to be here. There is some again, intelligent force and choice that put us here. And I believe is the choice that your consciousness, your larger consciousness, made at some point. I do not fully understand that statement. This is more intuitive knowing rather than intellectual knowledge based on direct experience. Although I do have some direct experience of it, just for me. Maybe I'll talk to you about it in one of the coming sessions. But it is a decision that you make right now to take that vehicle, take it on a ride, and enjoy it as much as possible. Okay. I think 20 minutes in, who we hear? Yeah, welcome to the first attendees, and you're absolutely right. I'm glad, Arnold, that you enjoy it. Hello, Cookie. Very good to have you here, Aruna. Like I said, Conscious Living Collective is a transformative journey with community of like-minded people, which is you. So thank you so much for being here and co-creating it. In the meantime, I want to thank you for your very, very, very kind support that you've been offering to me for all these years. I've realized I've been on Insight Timer and teaching on Insight Timer since 2016. So that's nearly 10 years. And if I look at the stats, it's been on and off about 80,000 or almost 90,000 actually people coming and listening to my meditations and joining live sessions that were not obviously here since the very beginning. But I want to thank you for all your support here. I could not really do it without you. And right now, I already said that at the beginning, we will be supported by Vasco with his wonderful, relaxing, calming music to reduce anxiety and stress. It is Vasco's offering on Insight Timer, so if you feel free to check him out and listen to his music. I will play it to you right now. This is our background for our conscious journey today, conscious journey in consciousness, which theme will be self-acceptance. We have to go through a layer of self-acceptance, recognizing what is happening. What will be happening, there'll be body sensations, there'll be thoughts coming in, coming out, and you are the consciousness that sits back and observes that with quote unquote open eyes wide open, ears wide open, the inner ears and inner eyes, and see where that experience is going to take you. And at the end, we will gather those experiences and maybe evaluate with our intellect what was beneficial, what was not beneficial, and perhaps learn something new for the next time. So let me switch this to the meditation screen so you don't have to look at me at all times. Please let me know if the music is all right. I'm going to adjust my microphone so the experience for you is optimal. I'm always curious to know if the sound is to your liking, if the music is to your liking. Feel free to give me your feedback. I will adjust the equipment on my side. Yeah, can you hear me loud and clear? By the way, I've been streaming these sessions to my YouTube channel, so feel free to revisit them there if you missed any part or if you joined later in this session. Okay. Begin by recognizing your current circumstances. Recognize the comfort of your physical body. Recognize the state of your mind. Acknowledge the space around you. And see if they are all supportive towards your current experience. If you feel you need to adjust your posture, do so. If you feel that there are external circumstances that you can adjust, maybe go to a different room if it's too loud, maybe lie down on bed if that feels more comfortable to you, do so. Now briefly look at the state of your mind and see what is the current landscape. What are your mental circumstances? Do you feel at ease? Or maybe a little bit stressed? Do you feel centered? Or perhaps a little out of balance? Whatever that is, know that it is subject to change. Our mental landscape is always much quicker to change than our physical circumstances. So that's what we will focus in the initial stages of this meditation. As soon as you feel comfortable, as soon as you find a sweet spot for your physical body, move your awareness into your inner senses, inner mental landscape. This very present moment is a summary of your entire life. All your past experiences brought you to this very moment, to here and now. And see for yourself if you feel satisfied here and now. There have been times in the past that may have been tough. There are some of those times that were happy, fulfilled, and sufficient. And the combination of all of these circumstances brought you here. You do not have a say about the past. You do not have the full picture of the future. But here and now is the only certain part of your experience. Your mind may decide to resist the here and now and say, I don't want it, I don't like it, I desire something else. But it is futile to resist the present moment as is, because it is already happening. So we may as well accept it as is and take a stance in awareness of a joyful observer who embraces the present moment as is. It is the nature of your mind to take you away from this present moment and start considering the past or project into the future. So your only effort in this meditation will be to stay here and now and gently but firmly bring yourself back from the past or the future to here and now, the mental landscape of inner experience. See how this present moment changes gradually. Change is the only constant in the universe. And right here, you can experience it firsthand by observing the constant fluctuation of the experience. It may be the fluctuation of your mind, where it takes you, or fluctuation of the inner experience or the inner senses, how they move from one part of the body to another. Or this change may take a different form, but it's always there, however subtle. secret is to learn to follow these changes as joyfully as possible, allowing the awareness to gradually move from one state to another, whether it's a state of mind, or state of the physical body, or any state within your inner experience. Learn to stay with it and follow it wherever it takes you. And I am here by your side to assist you, so you know that you are not alone. You can always ask for help. As I hold the space for all of us, and you hold the space for me. So take a moment to embrace and enjoy this present moment as is. And I will bring you back when the time is up. And now it is time to return. Gather your experiences. Take with you what you will to explore next time. And let go of any experiences that did not serve you. Letting them go lightly. Let them go lightly. Express your gratitude for the learning, for the circumstances that led you here. And know that you have just taken an important step towards better understanding of the self within the larger consciousness system. And you can use it. You can use this experience as a springboard to explore further. Right now, begin reconnecting with your physical senses. Recognize the sound of my voice, the sound of music. Connect with your vision and see darker and brighter spots in front of your closed eyelids. Smell and taste. Even if you don't receive much input from these senses. And finally, the sense of touch that connects you with your physical body, allow you to sense the boundaries of your physical experience, the space around you that is different to what happens within your body, and how the sense of touch defines these boundaries for you right now. Feel your feet on the floor, your hands in your lap, your sit bones on the surface upon which you sit. Add a gentle physical movement. Wiggle your toes, move your fingers. Also, slowly and gently tilt your head to the left, feeling into the muscles of your neck. Slowly and gently tilt your head to the right, stretching the muscles on the other side of your neck. Back to the center, and finish with one deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when ready, open your eyes and welcome back. Thank you for meditating with me. That was truly wonderful. My experiences differ from meditation to meditation. And the more I accept the reality as is, the more I accept my circumstances on the level of awareness, not on the level of the mind. Mind is always dissatisfied somehow, some way. But awareness is always fulfilled, on the contrary. So if I make an effort to move into awareness that sits or encompasses all the experiences, physical senses and thinking mind and more, then all of a sudden I enjoy the experience of living or being so much more. And that's what happened right now. Or that's what happened in this meditation. Pure enjoyment. Or a lot of enjoyment. I wouldn't say, no, that's not actually that incorrect. It wasn't pure enjoyment. Again, the joy comes, it's a very much if I look at this experience from the perspective of my mind, yeah, there was mind wandering and there was here and there and the desire to be somewhere else. But the moment I realized this is simply a function of the mind, the desiring something else, the grass is always greener somewhere out there, then the joy disappears. But recognize in awareness that the experience is always fulfilled, brought that thing. So that was that what happened to me. But I'll be curious to know what happened to you, and maybe if you can in one or two words describe what was your experience of it and when it took you, that'd be really great. Thanks, Sandy. That was beautiful. My inner eye saw many shapes and colors. You see, clearly that's not the physical eye. That's the inner eye. That's the inner sense. Thanks, Sandy, for sharing that. Z, you joined only 11 minutes ago, so welcome to Conscious Living Collective. Good to have you here. Nan says it was nice. Terry finds it beautiful. Hi, Terry. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Evie says very emotional. What emotions did you experience, Evie, and where do they stem from? I'd be curious to know. If you don't wish to answer on the public forum, just think to yourself, where do you think that these emotions stem from? This is the inner exploration. This is the knowledge that we gather through having those inner experiences. By the way, based on the icons that floating under my screen, there are so many new faces. So feel free to raise your hand if you are here for the first time. Very good to see you here. Cookie says it was very nice. I had few distractions, but it was a great vibe. Yeah. Distractions are by definition a part of tapestry of your experience. And I think expecting, and again, I'm not only talking about the external kind of noise, as who said that the kids were jumping and there was a lot of noise. These are the external kind of disruptions, but they are always part of the tapestry. And this is part of the process of learning to accept that this always will be part of our experience. Jean fell asleep because I no longer heard voice until the end. It happens. Sometimes your body needs rest. So if you allow it, when you relax finally into the experience, the first thing that your body, the first thing of order is to take the rest. So maybe you need to take a longer or have a good night's sleep, and that will restore your mental capacity. That's a good information to have. Yeah, Karen, for whatever reason, I had a hard time focusing tonight. Again, there are always reasons. We might not see it on the surface, but it happens to me very, very often, right? That even though I train my focus, sometimes it does not obey. Sometimes there are things that I'm not aware of that, again, cut into the focus function. But again, it's very important to learn to accept that this will happen sometimes. Every meditation teacher, including me, will tell you accept what there is, because if you only accept what your mind throws at you, you are up for a lot of suffering and a lot of dissatisfaction that in turn causes suffering. Accept, Karen, the fact that tonight was great, and accept also the fact this not always will be the case. There'll be times when your focus will be razor sharp. There'll be times when maybe will be even worse than it was today. Who knows? But we go with the flow. try to surf the wave as opposed to being crashed by the wave of the current experience. Evie, tears welling up, not sure entirely, but some childhood member and sitting with chronic pain, illness, fatigue. Tears are usually a good symptom. Some relief, some catharsis has occurred and your body responded. So I want to believe these are healing tears. Sandy, Sandy has advice to Anami, who needs a good noise cancelling headphones to battle the domestic noise. Yeah, there are so many products on the market. I think one thing that there is abundance. Peace of mind is scarce, but technology that provides the noise cancelling capacity is much greater than if I only could buy a peace of mind on the market. I think I'll be very, or if I could create a technology that offers peace of mind, I'll be very rich person. But I think there's no any certain technology that gives you a peace of mind, not just yet, at least not that I'm aware. If you are aware of the technology or a store where you can buy peace of mind, please do let me know. I'll be very interested to purchase some. Yeah. So once again, we're coming to the 50th minute of our session. I think it's time to wrap it up. But before we finish, I want to once again thank you for your presence. I want to thank you for meditating with me. I want to thank you for all the donations that you give me to allow me to continue my work. This is the physical part of my circumstances, purchasing the equipment, purchasing internet bandwidth, and meeting all my living circumstances in order to produce this broadcast. And your donations help me to do so in a very significant way. When it comes to the transmission and my intuitive part that I share with you, this cannot be purchased by money. This is purchased by your mental currency, which is your attention. The fact that you are here, that is the only thing that matters in terms of the transmission and the content and the guidance I'm sharing with you. This guidance is being fed by your attention, by you lending me your ear and giving me your time. So thank you so much. Thank you, Sandy. Thanking Julie for your financial support. And thank you, 116 you, wonderful you from all over the world, part of Conscious Living Collective, part of like-minded group of people who gathered here to offer me the most important of all currencies, your attention. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for being here. It's also very much appreciated. Seth, always good to see you here. Always brings smile on my face, knowing that the members of my Patreon program are the core supporters, and they contribute in a significant way to these sessions. Your presence is always of great value to me. Thank you. Thank you, Parvane. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Terry. Very good to see you here. Well, I will leave you with, once again, Vasco and his peaceful, relaxing music for stress relief. I encourage you to look him up. I really like this music today. I don't know what you think. But if you did like it, as I did, do visit him on Inside Timer and feel free to listen to this and other of his offerings. Here he is. We will return in 2 or 3 days' time, Wednesday, Australian time, Brisbane, or Tuesday, US time, with creating mental space. We will continue our exploration of mental space. We will meditate together once again. Spend quality time together. Please mark it in your calendar, or simply go to to my profile inside Timer and follow me there, and then you receive notifications when new live events are there. But I know for a fact you can already sign up to it. After this session will finish, the window will pop up and you can click the attend button. So let's do that. And I very much, Ula, if you go to the beginning of the session, I typed it in the name of the musician and the musical piece as well. So refer to that. But for now, I want to wish you a pleasant day or a restful night wherever you are. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, bye-bye.